Hello everyone. So I know whenever you get asked what do you want to major in, it's kind of a loaded question. So today I thought I might make a video on how to choose a major. First I want to tell you that I cannot choose your major for you. I know, bummer, that's what you wanted. You just want somebody to pick for you, something that you like, but only you're gonna know that. So I've came up with a few things that I think I can help guide you along on your path to choosing what your major is. So I hope this video helps you, and I wrote some little bullet things here in my notebooks so I don't get too scatterbrained, because I will go completely off track. So one of the first things I would suggest doing when beginning to kind of decide what your major is would be get a piece of paper and a pencil and just write down all of the hobbies that you like to do and everything really that you enjoy, period, in life. And it can be 1 page, 10 pages, like everything you can seriously think of, write it down. Now this doesn't have to be academic or school related. So if you like math and science and whatever, you can write that down, but I want you to think a little outside of the box and think of daily activities that you enjoy. Do you like dancing around when no one's watching? Do you like helping others? Do you like to be alone? Do you like to be surrounded by people? Just any hobbies you have, just list all those down. Now, this sounds a little weird, but the next thing I would do is make a list of things that you commonly think about. So if you're thinking about cars all the time, or if you're thinking about the latest fashion, if you're thinking a little bit more in depth of why people react to things the way they do, and maybe you just think about the beauty in things, or maybe you don't really think much and you just kind of float around and just enjoy life without thinking. I don't know, just then write down I don't really think. So, but just write these things down. Trust me, I know none of this makes sense, but as we continue on, it will start to fall together. After you have those two lists, I would make another list. I know lots of lists, but I promise, or I hope, can't promise, I hope they'll help you, and maybe you'll thank me later. We'll see. But make a list of at least 5 to 10 things that you don't like. So if you need to look at your hobbies list or your interest list and do an exact opposite, that's fine too. I would just pick 5 to 10 things you don't like, unless you don't have that many and you're like Superwoman, Superman, I don't know. But maybe write, I hate sitting for long periods of time, or I hate standing for long periods of time. I really hate my science class, or I really hate, I don't know, just anything that you hate. I hate being outside, I hate being inside. Just not necessarily hate, just maybe strongly dislike. It's a better way to word it. I would write those things down. Now I'll make another list. I know, I'm getting a little crazy with the list, but make another list. Write down everything you thought about majoring in, unless you're completely not interested anymore, but just write down several things that you want to major in. If you want to, even if it's not something that maybe you think you're gonna enjoy, but you thought the idea of it might be nice, just go ahead and write those things down. So now that you have all of your list, kind of look at them and see what direction all of your interests and hobbies kind of go towards. And I know whenever you're going into college or just into any major, sometimes there's misconceptions about what majors are. For example, marketing, there's a big misconception of it, and typically whenever I tell people that I graduated with a marketing degree, or when I was in school and I said I'm going to school for marketing, a common response was, oh, so you're learning to be a telemarketer? You're that annoying person? You're studying to be that annoying person? Okay, first I would like to say that's not necessarily everything that goes into marketing. Yes, part of that kind of goes into marketing. I mean, selling is marketing, but there's more to it than just that. And there's things behind the scenes that you don't see. And you don't have to get a job in marketing selling, okay? You can get into more of the consumer behavior and the research side. You know, just different things like that. And also, I think maybe you don't really think about certain things. I dual enrolled my senior year of high school, and I went ahead and took my psychology classes, but at the time I wasn't that interested in psychology. I mean, it was okay, but you know, like I could take it or leave it. But the more time has passed, I realized that I really think about like why people react to things that they do the way they do, not in a judgmental sense, but just because I'm really honestly curious about it, and even why I react to certain things that I react to. So, and I don't know, one day it just clicked and was like, that's psychology, you like psychology, and I was like, oh. And I don't know why, that's completely not what I thought it was, even though I don't know what I thought it was, but I think there's lots of majors like that. So maybe do a little research on majors that you've written down. If you don't really know what your hobbies and interests correlate with, maybe try and talk to someone else and see if they see a pattern or something like that. And I would, you know, do the research and get it down to a good 5 or less things that you would like to major in, and dream big. Like, if you don't feel like it's attainable, it doesn't matter. Like, you have to believe in yourself. So don't downgrade yourself just because you think it may take several more years to get this degree versus this degree or things like that. And then I would talk to different people within that major, try and meet them, go to campus days, I forget what they're called, where you can tour the campus and stuff like that, and they have like little activities and things. There's probably going to be people there in different majors, and ask around. Just tell people, I'm interested in majoring in this. Do you know anyone here that I could speak with? Or YouTube videos. There's several videos out there of people like telling their college story and why they chose this major and different things like that. So kind of give you more of a feel of what it is. And I would also do kind of like a salary check for your area for that thing, unless you're willing to move, and then you can do like a generalized salary check and where you might can make the most money. But I wouldn't recommend putting all your focus on the money, because then in the long run you may possibly find yourself at a job that you really don't enjoy just because it made more money than the other job. And although money does have importance, you don't want that to be the only reason that you're choosing a major. So what else do I have? Okay, yeah, join clubs. Join lots of clubs. I know that may sound silly, but trust me, just join clubs. Especially when you get in college. Join them in high school if you're in high school, and kind of see what things you're interested in, find more hobbies and interests. But especially when you get in college and you're in your general courses and you still haven't decided a major yet, I would join clubs in different departments that you may be interested in. Like at my school, there was a psychology club, there was a marketing club, a communications club, a Spanish club. You get the idea. So join them, speak to those people, because the majority of people in those clubs are going to be in those majors, so you can find out if they like it. You will be participating in things that are all things that, so you will see if you enjoy it. Another thing I would recommend is interning and job shadowing. Job shadowing you can just do for like a day or a few days, and interning you can do for a lot longer. Just be aware with the interning, there may be some places that you can intern, but they're not going to pay you, and other places may pay you. But to really get that experience, I wouldn't, unless you absolutely have to, I wouldn't worry about getting paid for it, or maybe just doing the internship for a couple of days out of the week and having another job if you have to have that income. But yeah, I kind of wish that I only did one internship for my college career, and actually that's one more than most of the people in my class. It was only, I probably can't think of 5 people in my major who did an internship, which I think is a little crazy, just because it really puts you out there to see if, like in the real world, to see if you like it or not. So I would definitely do that. And a lot of the people I interned with, they said that they were interning every summer just because they wanted to see different aspects of what they were going into, to see where they wanted to go. Or think one of them was even doing something totally different next summer, or she was hoping to. So, you know, that kind of helps you determine, and it's okay if you need to change your major. Don't stay miserable. Now, if you have 1 or 2 classes left, go ahead, finish that major. You're gonna have to stay in school that extra time anyways if you were gonna switch. So go ahead, finish those 2 classes, get that degree, and go ahead and get the other degree. Then you'll have 2 and you're just double trouble. Or you can just dual enroll, which is, I guess, pretty much the same thing. And if you have one thing that you really love, but you have quite a bit of interest in a second thing, I would minor in that second thing, especially if it's a language or something. And I know some degrees require a minor and some don't. Even if your degree doesn't require a minor, I would highly recommend taking a minor. And dual enrolling, having a minor, those things are gonna take a little extra work, but that's okay. Like, you can do it. I believe in you, okay? You can do this. You got this. And don't get discouraged. There's always those moments of freak out, stress out, like, it's okay. Breathe, it's okay, it's okay. And thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you, or at least helped you get started in choosing what you would like to major in. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe, that would be nice too. And I hope you have an awesome, fabulous day. Bye!